Hello ladies and gentlemen. Is there a champion you want to learn and want a serious guide for, but don't have time or simply don't want to listen to some loser talk about them for literally 2 hours? Then welcome to the League of Legends Speedrun, where we cover everything important about a champion in 5 minutes or less. In this episode we're talking about Rengar, the Pride Stalker. Rengar is an assassin, and thus should be played as such. That means none of this, none of this. As a matter of fact, if you can find your item by looking in the defense section, you probably shouldn't get it. These are the items you're going to want to get. However, build Tiamat and leave it there until you can own the other 5. Also, if you're behind, trade out Infinity Edge for a Black Cleaver. Rune should look like this with a huge emphasis on armor pen because who doesn't like doing true damage? Masteries are like this, and they're pretty standard. As far as abilities go, max your Q first because it does stupid damage and it's also an auto reset. E is what you're going to want to max second because it too does tons of damage, and it's how you're going to hold the enemy down while you defile them until you can one-shot them. At that point you can just press Q until they're dead. Your W grants some armor and magic resistance when you hit any enemy with it, and your ult is what makes Rengar so lovable. With your ult you not only go stealth, not only also gain movement speed, but you also reveal all nearby enemies that you can then try to kill. Your passive is called Unseen Predator, and it lets you leap out of bushes and also leap when you're stealth from your ultimate. Your passive also includes the Bone Tooth Necklace, an item Rengar used to have to purchase, but that proved too difficult for the average Rengar player.
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
So now it's a passive. The Bone Tooth Necklace grants you stacks based on how many kills plus assists you have, and at different ranks of stacks you get different bonuses. However, if you have assist on Rengar, you know you did something wrong. The resource bar is called Ferocity. There are 5 possible charges of it, and you gain 1 each time you land an ability on any enemy, or you generate up to 5 when you come out of your ultimate. Once you have 5 Ferocity, each ability becomes empowered, for Q does even more damage. W heals Rengar for a decent amount, and this is useful for sustaining in the jungle. E becomes a snare instead of a slow, and this is how you will violate your enemies early game. You get Q at level 1 because it's an auto reset, but then you need your W at level 2 or else you're going to die to your first buff. That being said, you better beg your bot lane for a good leash or else you're going to end up dying anyways. Get E at level 3 to generate more ferocity and then max Q from there. Before you can go for a gank, first you must look at the Rengar Checklist. If you can check everything off on this list, go for the gank. If you cannot, even if a lane is begging you to come help them, ignore them and keep farming. You know you're going to carry the trash that you have to call a teammate, you'll know you'll valiantly lead your team to victory anyways. If you decide to go for a gank, it's important that you charge up your ferocity before using your ult. That way you can use your empowered spells as soon as you come out of your ult. There are 2 ways you can gank. The more difficult but also more successful way is to throw your empowered E before you leap out of your ult. However, in most scenarios you can just land on them and hit a guaranteed E afterwards. Once late game rolls around and you're already more fed than you were on Thanksgiving and Christmas put together, then it's time to search out an enemy and assassinate them. Likely targets for execution include somebody who is trying to split push. However, you should make sure that they aren't baiting you by doing this elite tactic known only among the highest elo of players. Look at your mini-map. If you can't see enemies anywhere on the map, then assume that you're being ambushed. Teamfights are something you generally want to avoid because you're almost guaranteed to be crowd controlled by the enemy team until you're dead. However, if you do have to teamfight, just jump on the enemy AD carry first and delete them to remove most of your enemy team's damage. And then if you die after that, your team should still be able to win the team fight. And with all that being said, this marks the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, you can subscribe to the channel in order to see more League of Legends content. If this video didn't have enough information for you, let me know in the comment section below. And you may also want to check out my in-depth Jungle Rengar guide, which I'll provide a link for in a few seconds. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.